If you've ever felt completely lost trying to figure out what you're supposed to eat, you are definitely not alone. It feels like every single day there's a new superfood, a new diet, or a new rule that totally contradicts whatever you heard last week. So let's just dive in and try to cut through all that noise together. It really does feel like a crisis of information, doesn't it? One minute we're told to avoid fat like the plague, and the next we're supposed to be putting butter in our coffee. This constant flood of conflicting advice, well, it's enough to make anyone feel overwhelmed. And that's really the core problem we're going to tackle. I mean, these are the big questions, right? Are carbs the enemy, or are they essential fuel for our bodies? Is fat something to be afraid of, or is it actually key to feeling full and satisfied? The media just buzzes with these debates, and it makes it almost impossible to know what a healthy plate of food is even supposed to look like anymore. And look, it's not just you. Even huge medical institutions like Johns Hopkins are saying, hey, it's genuinely hard to keep up with all this. So if you're feeling a bit lost in the nutritional wilderness, take a little comfort in knowing that you're in very, very good company. But all this confusion has some pretty serious real-world consequences. This number right here, 70%, that's the percentage of American adults who are currently overweight or obese. Now, this isn't about judgment at all. It's just a stark reminder that our current approach to food, well, it just isn't working for most of us. The stakes are incredibly high, which is why finding a simpler path is so important. So how do we move forward? What's the plan? The good news is, there's a really simple, powerful principle that can be our North Star. It doesn't require a fancy app or a complicated set of rules. So let's explore this idea, because it really can be the foundation for a much healthier life. And here it is. It's that simple. When you strip away all the arguments and all the noise, the core message from sources like the Dietary Guidelines for Americans is this: eat real food. Instead of getting bogged down in debates about macros and micros, the best strategy is just to get back to basics. Prioritize whole foods that are as close to how they came out of the ground or off the tree as possible. And this really shows you the difference in a powerful way. On one side, you see vibrant fruits, fresh vegetables, lean proteins, foods that actually nourish your body. And on the other side, all that highly processed stuff, loaded with refined carbs, tons of added sugar, and unhealthy fats, foods that are basically engineered to make you want more and more. The goal is simple: eat a whole lot more from the left side and a whole lot less from the right. So, what does this eat real food idea actually look like in practice? Well, one of the most well-researched and effective examples is the Mediterranean diet. And this isn't some fly-by-night fad. It's a way of eating that's been studied for decades, and it consistently delivers some pretty incredible health benefits. And just how incredible are we talking? Well, research from Johns Hopkins shows that following a Mediterranean-style diet is linked to a 30% reduction in heart disease. And that's a huge deal, especially since it's the #1 cause of death for women. But wait, it doesn't stop there. That same research connects this way of eating to an 80% lower risk of early death. I mean, think about that number. That is a massive impact on your longevity, and it all comes back to that simple principle of eating real whole foods. And hey, if weight management is on your mind, it's also linked to a 43% lower risk of weight gain. So you're talking about better heart health, a longer life, and help with maintaining a healthy weight. It really is a win-win-win. Okay, so we've got our core principle: eat real food. But how do we actually translate that to our daily meals? Let's get practical and break down a super simple visual guide you can use for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Think of this as your blueprint for pretty much every meal. Imagine your plate divided up just like this. Half of it, a full 50%, should be filled with colorful fruits and vegetables. Then, 1/4 gets dedicated to a high-quality, lean protein. And that final quarter? That's for fiber-rich whole grains. It's a really easy model to remember. So let's start with that big 50% section. The goal here is to load up half your plate with fruits and veggies. You want to aim for lots of variety and a whole rainbow of colors, because different colors usually signal different kinds of nutrients. The official recommendation is at least 5 servings a day, and this plate model makes hitting that number so much easier. All right, now for that first quarter, protein. This is absolutely essential for building and repairing muscle, and it's also what helps you feel full and satisfied long after you've finished eating. So think fish, chicken, beans, or nuts, and maybe try swapping out deep frying for healthier options like grilling or baking. And that brings us to the final quarter of our plate, whole grains. These guys are fantastic. They provide you with sustained energy, and they're great for healthy digestion, all thanks to their high fiber content. So this means choosing things like brown rice, quinoa, and oatmeal, and really cutting back on the refined stuff like white bread and white pasta.
Now, what's so fascinating is that even the experts don't agree on everything. Take dairy, for example. On one hand, the dietary guidelines for Americans actually recommend full-fat dairy with no added sugar because of its nutrients. But on the other hand, Johns Hopkins suggests low-fat options to cut down on saturated fat. It just goes to show you there isn't always one single perfect answer, and the key is to figure out what works best for your own body and your own health goals.
One really important thing to remember is that our nutritional needs are not set in stone. What your body needs in your 20s is going to be pretty different from what it needs in your 50s and beyond. So let's take a quick look at how these needs change as we go through life. Calcium and vitamin D are a perfect example of this. They're both absolutely vital for bone health. And as you can see, the recommended amount, especially for women, actually goes up after age 50. Why? To help protect against bone loss and conditions like osteoporosis. And of course, there are other huge life stages with their own unique demands. During pregnancy, for instance, the body is working overtime and it needs more protein, iron, and folic acid to support a baby's development. Then, later in life, during menopause, lower estrogen levels can increase the risk for heart disease and osteoporosis, which makes nutrients like calcium and vitamin D even more crucial. At the end of the day, the goal here isn't to follow some rigid, perfect diet. It's really about building sustainable habits that actually work for your life, your schedule, and your preferences. So let's talk about how to build a better, more lasting approach to eating. One of the most powerful tools you have is something called mindful eating. Now, this is not a diet, it's a practice. It's all about tuning in to your body's internal signals, hunger and fullness, instead of just eating on autopilot while you're distracted. This simple shift can help prevent overeating, and honestly, it can make you enjoy your food so much more. And getting started is way simpler than you might think. Just try these 4 little things. 1, sit down at a table, not on the couch in front of the TV. 2, turn off your phone and other devices. 3, make a real effort to eat more slowly and actually taste and savor your food. And 4, just pause halfway through your meal and ask yourself, am I actually still hungry? So, let's end on this thought. Forget about being perfect. Forget about trying to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just ask yourself this one question. What is one small, healthy choice you can make for yourself today? Maybe it's just adding a handful of spinach to your dinner. Maybe it's going for a 10-minute walk. Or maybe it's just taking a moment to eat your lunch without distractions. Because that one small choice, that's where a healthier life truly begins.